Hi, I've just prepared a short video to show you how easy it is to use the risk assessment library. However, because of the technology chosen, there are a few things that you need to know, and I just thought it'd be easier to show you this with a video. So the first thing is when you want to create a risk assessment, you go to the library. Now the library can be found here at the ISAR3 hub. So you navigate to that, and if anybody's looking for that link, please just email me and I'll send it to you by email or Teams or whatever way you want to speak. Now, once you go to the ISAR hub, you'll see here on the right hand side there's a tile, and there's a tile called Risk Assessment. Click on the Risk Assessment and you'll come into the main library. Now, once you're in the library, there's a button here on the left hand corner. It says New. Click on New and you'll see Risk Assessment, and you'll open the Risk Assessment. Now, when the Risk Assessment opens, you'll see that this view is called the browser view, and unfortunately some of the technology of Microsoft, it doesn't work very well in the browser view, so we can't really work with it here. This is okay for just reading something and having a quick look, but in order to work with the document you really need to open it in the desktop app. Now what you'll see is there's some instructions at the top of the forum to explain that to you, but very quickly you'll remember over on the right hand side there's a blue button that says Share, and to the left of it there's a button that says Editing. If you click on that button, you'll see at the very bottom it says Open in Desktop. Now that's now going to open this on our desktop app. You'll see when it opens in the desktop app, you'll see that it looks better, and now what you're able to do is interact with some of these fields, and you can set things like, so if you just click on it and you'll see there's a drop down box here, so you could select business area, you could select activity, etc. All of that's all selectable. Doc owner's not editable from within this document, but I'll explain that in a second. So basically you set these bits of data and then you just start to complete the record as you see fit. Once you're happy that you've completed it, you can close it and go back to it, there's no problem at all. But once you've decided that you want to name it, you have to manually do that by clicking on this document.x, which is the default name. You click on that, this opens, and you give it now there is a company format for the names, but I'll just call this Mike RA, so as I remember it, so I can go back and delete it, and then you simply click away. One of the things you'll notice is that autosave is set to on, and that way you don't have to remember to save anything. This will automatically save it. I've renamed the document, I've set all of my data points, this is actually called metadata, but I don't want to get too technical. You've set all of that, you've filled in the details, you're now happy with it, so you just close the document. And then this takes you back to the browser view, so we'll just close that because we don't need that. And you'll see this is now appearing in the library. That's the name I gave it. A couple of things that you'll notice here: the doc ID is set to 0, the status is set to draft, and there is no doc owner. Now, to allow you to be able to create risk assessments for other owners, you might not be the owner of it, it might be a risk that's owed by somebody else, for instance, then what you can do is simply select that row, go up here to edit in grid view, and then go along here to the doc owner, click in there, and then just start typing. So I'll just put Oz, so I'll just put an O in, and that's now me assigned Oz as the doc owner for this, who has responsibility for the document. And then the other thing that we need to do here is you'll notice the doc ID is still at 0. Well, it's automatically allocated, but to trigger it to allocate, we set the RA status, we set that to approved. Now once we've done that, you simply exit the grid view, and once you exit the grid view, it takes a couple of minutes, but it will come through there and it will set the doc ID automatically. You've actually got nothing more to do now. That's you now created a risk assessment, you've edited the risk assessment, you've set the metadata, which is all of this data you can see here, you've allocated a doc owner, you've named it appropriately, and you've now triggered it so it will automatically be given a doc ID. And that's how simple it is to do the risk assessment. Now if you want any reminders, this video will be there for you to check, or you could contact me and I'll show you what to do. The system's new, so if there's any problems at all, give me a shout and we'll get it fixed straight away. What we don't want to do is run with any problems that could build up later on. So that's it. So I hope you enjoy it, yeah, happy risk assessmenting.